Well, hey, y'all. Well, hey, y'all. Happy Friday. Welcome to Open Mic. We're so happy to have you here. It's me, Chris Carr. I'm going to be steering the ship. I'm back at the big kids table. Look at me.
Wow, I've missed you.
And I'm with my favorite kid of all, Robert Meyer Burnett.
Even though we're apparently all out of lotion.
Still? No one got more on break?
No, I would have thought, yeah. And I just found out that a shipment of action figures I was hoping would be delivered when Elizabeth wasn't home was delivered today.
Ruh-roh.
From Hong Kong. It got here really fast.
How's she going to feel about it?
Not good.
No?
No. It's okay because they were ordered a long time ago.
Yeah. And you said you got them on sale. So
They were very much on sale.
yeah. You're saving money.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. We've had a tough couple weeks at the old household, just dealing with house stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rain, stormy weather. It's all good though.
Yeah.
You know what one of them is?
What?
Kingpin.
Ooh. Is it a D'Onofrio like
Yes.
this? Oh, hell yeah.
2 different outfits, one with blood splattered and one not.
Ooh.
Is that going to be a new Hot Toy
I
segment?
think I'm gonna bring him and hang him. I'm gonna put figures all over this desk.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
I love that. If I can't be there, please have all the toys
That's
there.
right. I'm gonna put all the X-Men up here.
Yes. I love that. Steering the ship for us, too, is Taylor Gonzalez. Hey, Taylor. How you doing?
Good. I'm full of fries. I had a platter of French fries for lunch with Rob. It was really good.
Ah, the potato diet. Thriving.
With slatherings of barbecue sauce.
Oh.
I didn't do that.
Oh,
I did.
That's the way to do it. Well, guys, we are going to answer some of our leftover super chats from earlier this morning. We didn't get to all of them. And then we are going to dive into some new ones. So ask away whatever you want. All right? Cool.
Just not where the lotion is.
No. Well, the world will never know.
Well, Marcus Penner says, there is a reason Sony doesn't want to run numerous live-action Spider-Man franchises. It won't work. Love you guys, though. Great show today. Marcus, I agree to a point. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think in Kraven's Last Hunt, if anything, or pardon me, it's not called Kraven's Last Hunt, like the story, Kraven the Hunter. I mean, it seems strange to me, like Venom can exist on its own. Carnage and Venom. Madam Web, still having a problem even remembering that movie's coming out.
Super confused by that one.
But Kraven the Hunter, how, like, he's like an animal activist or something? Like, what's the plot?
Yeah, we need more information on this one because what they had leaked about him being very respectful of animals and everything, which, I mean, some hunters very much can be, using the whole animal or something like that. But I am confused by the execution of this because, you know, man is the greatest prey. The greatest hunt, like prey of all, though, is Spider-Man for Kraven.
Right.
So how does that happen?
Don't know.
Yeah. But I will say I would totally be happy about a world where we had multiple Spider-Man movies happening.
Me too. That's why I'm like, maybe we don't know, but one of the Spider-Men does appear. I don't know. I mean, by the way, I have no knowledge of this. Don't go, Rob Burnett said on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it would be cool if that happened.
I would love it. I would want it to be Andrew Garfield. He's the Spider-Man who yeah. At least that's my headcanon.
Of course it is. Jedediah Elias says, I am shocked by how much I enjoyed Megan. Genuinely scary at times and surprisingly emotional considering the opening scene.
Did you see Megan?
I have not yet.
Taylor, isn't it surprisingly emotional?
Yeah, it is. I was right. This doesn't have anything to do with it being emotional, but I was right. I called it. I said she was going to be a gay icon. I said there were going to be drag queens around the world. And guess what? I have been tagged in multiple posts over the weekend, this past weekend, of drag queens doing brunch as Megan. So I'm just so happy to see her spreading her wings and twerking up a storm at bottomless mimosa brunches. But yeah, it was very emotional. The family, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but the family element of it was very emotional. And I'm so proud of you, Megan. But I still challenge you to that twerk off. If you're out there and you're watching, which I know you are, I challenge you.
Megan specifically.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Megan. Not the queens. I can't.
I was
going to
say next drag bingo. I hope there are a bunch of Megans there. All right. What else
Wow.
we got?
Tommy D. DeWodu. What a cool name.
Yeah.
Tommy DeWodu. Hope I got that right. Hey, crew. What direction do you guys want the MCU to take the next Spider-Man movies? More serious and solo or more team-ups?
Ooh. Oh, I don't want too serious when it comes to Spider-Man. I like his quips.
I do like quips, but I think he's in an interesting place where they've left him, at least in the MCU. How does Peter Parker make his way in the world when he has no one? Mm-hmm. That could be really interesting and dramatic, and we haven't seen before. He can still be a funny guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what does Peter Parker, what does a human being do when their past is erased and they're a non-person? I find that interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. Mm-hmm. I mean, the funny thing about Peter Parker is he puts on Spider-Man and he's good. Everyone's like,
yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, but when he takes off the costume now, nobody knows who he is. Nobody remembers him. He's a non-person.
Right.
So what does that do to a man? I think it could be a great story.
I think so too.
Looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Mike Joyce says, if the Guardians of the Galaxy cast were to follow James Gunn to DC, would you want to see them cast as the new Suicide Squad or something else? Here's the thing. Sure. I don't think, like, if the Guardians of the Galaxy cast, I wouldn't want to see just that cast moved over into some team film. That would be weird. I mean, I'd like to see them being given roles that they're perfect for and they get to stretch out. I mean, like I said, I'd love to see Chris Pratt would be a perfect Booster Gold. He would be, I think.
Oh, I think we might be having some audio issues.
Yeah, I just texted Jonathan. I think it's our internet again. It's going very slow on my end.
What?
Thanks for
I just have that. It's the same thing. You know what? If only I had that image from Weekly Hero. The
horrible one.
Yeah. But I text Jonathan. No. I think it's just our internet is going very slow.
Sorry, guys. We have pretty crummy spectrum out here in the boonies.
We don't know what's happening.
That was well done.
Just like that?
Yeah. Should we?
Are we back?
Well, I mean,
it's off and on buffering is what people are saying.
Yeah.
Also, just real quick, I'm not sure if we have a kind of finite answer on this, but do we have kind of a setup now for community post days and open mic days? I see this happening in the chat, and I'm not aware of what our schedule is anymore.
I don't know.
No?
Okay. I mean,
I'm not sure.
I think it's the days that we don't have open mics, or the days we do have open mics, are the days we have member chats.
Okay. I'll just screenshot some of these questions and pass them along to somebody better informed than I.
Above my pay grade.
All right. Yeah.
So
we still have a little lag, or it's really bad according to some people.
It's the
I really appreciate your efforts.
Did you ever see the Star Trek episode The Lights of Zatar from the 3rd season of the original series? It really freaked me out because there are these alien entities that were in this cloud of lights, and when they would take over your body, you'd go like this. You go. Of course, your face would turn colors, so mine's not doing that. But
Ooh, the noise though is fun.
Just started.
It's like the grunge.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Maybe people are hearing that right now.
I hope so.
If you haven't seen The Lights of Zatar, it's not a great episode of Star Trek, but
it's worth it for that noise.
It's great. There you go. That's my Lights of Zatar.
Yay! Quality content.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, I think this is the greatest YouTube show
that we've ever done. It's going to go Drunk Christmas, then this one.
Are we even on?
I don't know.
Are we on?
Hard to say.
We're on something.
We're on. Just not well.
Sorry, Jonathan's here with me right now. He is helping me take a look.
It's fine there, so ask him if it's going fine.
In the live chat, if you could just tell us if it is working for you.
We're just sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
Live on the internet. It's Friday afternoon.
Thumbs up our asses.
Okay.
Well, that would feel that.
That would be better content, probably.
And snow lotion. Thanks a lot. It's all good.
Womp womp.
It's completely different than what's. Chris, do you have the stream open on your computer?
I don't, but I can.
Yeah, do you mind checking, please? Because on my end, I have the stream, but it's showing something from like 5 minutes ago.
Should we just start over?
Go. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll figure it out. What is happening on here? It looks like it's fine on this end. Oh, wait, no, it keeps buffering. Well,
at least you got a little bit of the Lights of Zatar there.
yeah.
Well,
I think we can.
We're having a
always
little
come back
internet
to this,
issue.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just they're all like jittery. It's going really slow.
Yeah.
YouTube says it's not receiving enough video information to make it smooth. So it's like
Hop on, go to speedtest.net. See what kind of speeds are there.
What should I do in the meantime? Should I
well, it's not. We're live, so just keep talking.
All
should I
right.
go? Okay,
Well,
we'll go to the
John-
next super chat.
Speed.
how's your Friday afternoon going, sir?
I'm good.
John's good.
All right.
I'm
Chris?
working.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you know what? A Sith Loud is here and says, you guys, Deadpool is coming. Oh my God, Deadpool and Wolverine is coming.
Very excited.
Or is it Wolverine and Deadpool? See, that's the real question. If it's Deadpool and Wolverine, I understand, but if it's
Yeah.
Wolverine and Deadpool, that's
fun.
pretty cool.
Is it?
I mean,
is it-
are you Team Jackman or Team Reynolds?
For the purposes of this stream, I am always Team Reynolds.
Me
Thank you
too.
for the aviation gin. Obviously, I got a soft
keep
spot
going,
for
'cause that was
Logan.
smooth out.
Come on.
That's just because your husband's name the same. as
No,
the,
but okay, my Logan is also just a very skinny Hugh Jackman. Look at their faces. Look at OG X-Men.
wow. Okay.
Right?
Well then,
We're fine, guys. So
Okay, yay.
Okay, we're
Glad that
fine.
We're not all buzzy and weird
no more
anymore.
lights of Zatar for you.
we're just gonna power through it.
Okay.
Wicked Man sends in a $20 super chat and says, inside Llewyn Davis, worst person in the world and Dog Day Afternoon are just some gems I think everybody should check out. You know what? You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those movies. And by the way, I do appreciate you picking a film from the 70s. Dog Day Afternoon is great. John Cazale and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Or John Cazale. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Cazale?
Because it's something like that. Meryl
Yeah.
Streep's ex-boyfriend. He passed away very young.
Yeah.
He only was in 5 movies, and they were all bangers.
It was
So-
incredible. Oh my gosh.
Incredible actor. Bobby Jackson says, okay, Spielberg is executive producing, but still,
Yeah, he's still producing a John Williams
come on.
documentary.
That'd be great.
It's going to be great.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. I'm
It is
very
going to be
excited.
totally wonderful. Not as wonderful as the lights of Zatar. Prady Liar says, Last of Us episode 3 is 1 hour and 20 minutes long. It is?
How long is episode 2?
I think it's 50 something
I
minutes.
think episode
Okay.
2 is 55 minutes.
that's
Okay.
it's 80 minutes long like the pilot. That's exciting.
Dang.
The first episode.
That's very exciting.
That's a lot of Last of Us.
Well, and that makes me not as bummed out about the 9 but kind of 10 episode run.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they were the 2 episodes, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm excited. Jasmine Jones says Xenon Girl of the 21st Century came out 24 years ago.
Zenas Lapidus.
Lizzie McGuire came out 22 years ago. It's been 20 years since That's So Raven. High School Musical came out 17 years ago. My God, I'm going to die soon.
I'm 1,000. Oh my
I
gosh.
am so old. Ancient. I cough dust. That's how old I am.
Xenon Carr, Girl of the 21st Century, was a staple in my household. My brother and I still yell Zetas Lapidus at each other.
Wow.
I love the song Protozoa Girl. Or Supernova Girl by Protozoa. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Oh,
Good tune.
man.
Wow.
I'm old.
I'm older. Latino Boy says, Hi, John and crew. Hello. I was wondering if you guys had any tea on what's going on with the Blade movie. I'm super excited for it, and I hope they do a Wesley Snipes cameo.
I wish we had tea.
I do too. We were talking about this yesterday. I'm obsessed with vampirism in the MCU. How are they going to portray it? Is Dracula the real Dracula because he took on the X-Men? He's taking on Blade. Are we going to have a real Dracula in the MCU? Don't know. Want to know? I mean, Werewolf by Night gave us some of the supernatural. I need more of the supernatural. I need to know, did they get snapped?
Did they get snapped?
Did they get snapped? I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know these things. We have
Burning
no tea.
questions.
We can't spill anything.
No, we have nothing for you. We don't even have a little drop of anything for you.
I could spill something about Secret Invasion episode 1, but you know what? Not going to.
We'll get Marvel darted.
They will come after me. They will come after me,
Yeah.
and they'll be really upset. But all I can tell you is that there's a certain action figure you should pick up. All I'm saying. You'll figure out which one it is. I'm not going to tell you. There you go.
Well done.
Miguel, is it Seja? Lobo was Stanley's favorite hero. Let's do it, Gun. Well, that
Was Lobo Stanley's
I did-
favorite?
maybe.
Of
of all the,
all the DC characters?
look at that. Look at that, guys. I don't think it's Simon Bisley, but he was a great. Look at that.
Love it.
Come on.
I'm really excited about it. I was talking to Logan on our break, and he was saying that he really hopes that it's more Aquaman. I was like, what? He wants to be Lobo so much, though.
Come on, dude.
I know.
More Aquaman. We're getting another Aquaman
We are
movie.
getting another Aquaman movie.
We've got 2 Aquaman movies. We got no Lobo movies. Come on.
Give us those.
I want them. Red One Real Talk sends in a super chat and says, did you guys end up watching Treason? One of the best trailers I saw last year, but the show ended up falling flat for me. What did you think? Exactly what you said. I was disappointed. I did not finish it. It was one of those shows DNF did not finish. I wanted it to be great. It wasn't as great as I hoped it would be. The trailer was a banger, and the show did not bang as much as I wanted it
Okay,
to.
because I have it in my queue, but I haven't watched it because I love Charlie Cox. And then Alex Kingston's in it, who I
Yep.
adore.
Castle's great. The show was not great. I wanted it to be like Bodyguard 2,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Gosh, Bodyguard was great.
So good.
That show was amazing. Oh,
Richard Madden for Bond. I'm there. Fierce Isaac sends in a super chat, just support. Well, thank you, Fierce Isaac. You are fierce indeed. Jonathan Schultz says Phase 6 has about 5 or 6 gaps in its slate that haven't been announced yet. Do you have any predictions as to what you think might fill those slots?
theatrically, television-wise, or special-wise?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to do that Silver Surfer special presentation, which I'd like to see?
I
A
really
little
hope they
Norin
do.
Rad, a little history of Norin Rad. I'd want to see that. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, look, give me some X-Men. Give me something.
Yeah, I would like some X-Men in there. Honestly, I would like more Adventures with Man-Thing.
Bring on the Man-Thing. And by the way,
that'd be
look,
great.
I have this fantasy of seeing young Storm on the streets of Wakanda. Because why not? Like, I mean, she grew up, maybe she's homeless or something. She's living in Wakanda because it's a good place to go. And you get to see young Storm, maybe add Forge in there. I don't know. Wouldn't that be great?
I love Forge.
I do too.
Such a cool power.
I love
my
Storm.
Gosh, yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Maybe. Why not?
Yeah, give me some X-Men. I think that's what we should
Bring on the
hope for in
X-Men.
Those different phase
All
gaps.
of the X-Men. Or give me a long shot. And Spiral in the Mojo verse.
Yeah.
I want some of that. Or Bishop, Trevor Fitzroy, that whole future, maybe. CJ Rebirth says, while I do enjoy both Ted and Ted 2, the first is better and even had me emotional at times, while the second felt like a Family Guy movie. Dude, I am right there with you. So I did not see Ted in the theater. I bought it on Blu-ray. I loved Ted.
I love that.
Loved it because it made you believe that it was real. Ted 2 is ridiculous. Ted 2 had no verisimilitude, even though a talking teddy bear, you'd think, no, it couldn't be. If it makes any sense, Ted 2 did not feel real to me at all. I hated Ted 2. One of the most disappointing sequels ever made, in my opinion.
It was not good. I
Not
was
good.
Not a fan.
And the first Ted was great.
It's so adorable and sweet. I love the Thunder Buddy song. My best friend Megan, when she did her first dance at her wedding, it was to Everybody Needs a Best Friend.
Wow. Wow. See?
Love that first movie.
Me too.
Oscar nominated Ted for that Nora Jones song.
I know. Well, there you go. That's what we think.
Yeah.
Great minds. Right there with you. Life Entertainment says, I want to see Alita 2. I want to know who is in that tower.
Yeah,
Laugh
that's
out
fair.
loud. I know who's in that tower. Rapunzel.
In Alita?
Sure.
Oh,
It's a fairy tale.
that's your
Let down your
headcanon?
hair.
I like it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's who's in the tower. The tower. That's an airplane joke. Never mind. Bailey Fuller says, saw Otto for the 3rd time last night. Tom was good.
Third
Bailey,
time seeing Otto?
3rd time seeing Otto
Wow.
in like a week.
Dang.
That's amazing.
That I still need to see that movie. Based on the trailers and everything, I didn't think that would be a three-peat kind of film.
No,
I
but that
think-
apparently it's
but
that
that's
good.
awesome.
I love that Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Great
America's
bachelor
Dad.
party. America's Dad. Jasmine Jones says, here's my list for anticipated Marvel movies. Number 1, Across the Spider-Verse. Number 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And number 4, The Marvels. Jasmine,
Solid
quite a good list. Right there with you.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's a great list.
I'm in.
Spider-Verse, I'm really hyped for. I know you're.
It's not real. It's animated.
How dare you,
I know. Everyone knows that animation isn't real.
Rob?
It's.
I'm gonna
it's-
throw the spoiler pig at you.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
Where's
not
spoiler
spoiling
pig?
anything.
yeah, here.
Aw.
I'm not going to make him do the weird deliverance squeal. That was horrifying this morning.
You better.
can't.
You got a real pretty mouth.
Chris, just double checking with you. Is the stream still working on your end?
That's a deliverance line, by the way.
I think it is. I think it's still working. Yeah. I don't
Hey,
seem to
we're
be
still
having
working.
Okay.
Why is the chat saying that we're not?
It's just on my end. It says disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect.
Oh.
But if it's working on your end, I will
I'm
keep
also
going.
lagged behind because I paused this so I don't watch myself because that creeps me out.
I'm sorry.
We'll just keep
And
talking.
now it's
though.
lagging, but you know what? We'll just jump back in. It seems like it's not working though.
Oh, not working.
Tim Platt says, are Regal theaters the only ones allowed to have 4DX? Because I only see Regal with them, and the one near me is closing. Can AMC utilize that format? I think they can. I don't know if they will, but if they're going to acquire Regal theaters, it's probably a good bet that they would want to make use of the equipment they have so they don't have to spend money to either change it or replace it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm very pissed about the theater up the street, well, up the road, up the highway. It's a great IMAX venue, and they're closing it. Terrible.
That's a shame.
Why is all the good things, why do they always go away?
To personally hurt you.
Personally hurt me.
Yeah.
It's true. All my favorite bars in LA are gone. My favorite movie theaters are gone. My favorite restaurants are gone. My favorite people have left the city. It's like Escape New York all up in this hizzle.
Literally right here.
Well, you're here. But,
Gosh.
I know. It's
Chop liver.
not at all.
I don't know if the stream is working, but do we just boogie through since this
Why
is
not?
recording? Cool.
Something's got to happen.
All right. That way we can still get all these super chats taken care of that are in here.
Yeah.
What do we have next, Taylor?
Well, that's Tim Platt. Scroll down a little bit. Jonathan Schultz says, do you think we need another year until you believe from a movie industry perspective that we are out of the pandemic? Or do you think we've reached it this year? I think we're getting close. What do you think?
From a movie industry perspective?
Yeah.
From how we are assuming people will go to theaters
Yeah.
versus streaming, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps another year. We also, though, have seen a lot of different variants popping up, too, that can throw a wrench in people getting their butts in seats. It's hard to say.
I think the world changed.
Yeah.
I think in terms of people's work, how they view work, going into work, being at work, the world is irrevocably changed by what happened during the pandemic. And I think that a lot of people realize how nice it is to stay home and stream and binge and do whatever they want to do. So I think the world has changed. It's not going to go back to the way it was pre-pandemic. But if you make good movies like a Top Gun Maverick or hopefully a Marvel movie or something that puts butts in the seats, people are still going to go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We saw something really odd happen over the holidays this past year in 2022, that all these adult minded movies that were aimed at adults did not perform.
Yeah.
Whether it was Spielberg's Meet the Fabelmans, whether it was Babylon, whether it was She Said, these movies didn't work. And I think it's because people's perceptions of what they want at the movie theater has changed.
Well, we did see an uptick in streamers like Netflix over the holiday season,
Yeah.
too. And a lot of that comes from, one, them putting certain things exclusively on there. But also, I don't know about you guys, but my movie-going experience has changed tremendously in that people don't know how to behave in a movie theater anymore.
Right.
We're so used to being in our homes, being able to walk around, talk during a movie. It's a very different experience.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be, to me, movie theaters were like church.
Same.
Reverence. And now, you've got knuckleheads who are talking on their phones who are like, I hate seeing the light of a phone go off in the middle of a movie theater, because if you're in a 500 seat theater, you see that light go off no matter
And it
where you're
kills the
sitting.
vibe.
I hate it.
It's
And then
horrible.
I think to myself, well, one, I'm distracted, and two, who's the douche that has his phone out where you can see, or her phone or their phone? And I want to include all the douchebags that pick up their phones, because I don't like that. I'm like, why are you doing that? People have paid to be in that room, and you are disrupting their experience.
Exactly. I will also say from a production standpoint, too, at least on the actor end of things as well, we now live in a world where everything is self-tape. We don't go in for auditions anymore.
Right.
We sometimes go in for callbacks or chemistry reads. Commercials, you go in person for a lot more. Voiceover even, though, too. We already were doing a lot of stuff from home studios. Now so many of us do Source Connect and beam right in, as opposed to going into the studio for our recordings as well. So the production standpoint has changed a lot as well. I'm one of the few people in my friend group who goes to work.
Yeah.
Most of my friends who, albeit have production jobs or corporate jobs, they work from home and maybe go to the office once a month.
Yeah.
The world is entirely different, like you
Totally
said.
different.
Yeah.
Is it a better world? Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah. We'll see. Jury's out.
All right, this next question is definitely for Chris.
Oh,
Chris, Big Cookie says, what are some of your favorite sports movies and or shows of all time? Thanks for all you do and bring on the filthy. Do you have favorite sports movies?
I like A League of Their Own.
Oh,
That's a great movie.
I like
That's
basketball.
a good one.
I think basketball's great. TV shows. I really like Ted Lasso and Welcome to Wrexham. Welcome to Wrexham has helped me a lot understand football.
There you go.
Because I'm so confused by it, and it's really nice to have them break it down. Not only the actual rules of how this goes, but for someone like me, who I will fully admit, I've been kind of a snob about sports. Like I read Noam Chomsky in high school, so I thought it was a distraction. And I grew up in Texas as
Wow.
a theater kid.
You read Noam Chomsky in
I
high
read
school.
Noam
Good for
Chomsky.
you.
Thanks.
That's why you're so great. Let me just say that the greatest sports movie ever made is the 1975 Norman Jewison directed version of Rollerball. That's the greatest sports movie ever made. But in terms of sports movies that I love, Bull Durham, great sports movie.
Great movie.
A movie called North Dallas 40 is a great sports movie. Slapshot is a great sports
Slapshot is
movie.
very good.
If you want to go back, Pride of the Yankees is a great sports movie if you're going to go back in time. That's just some good sports movies that I really like. The Bad News Bears, if you've never seen that.
Original?
The original.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, good stuff. That is a great sports
Tatum
movie.
O'Neal.
It is young
good.
Tatum O'Neal.
So good.
And Jackie Earle Haley. Gotta love it. And speaking of Jackie Earle Haley, breaking away, even though it's about bikes, it's still a great sports movie. Love it. Sort of.
Wind, but that's sailing. I don't know if you
So
call sailing
that
a sport.
could be Wind.
Wind's a
Wind.
beautiful movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah. Matthew Modine.
Sailing is still a sport,
I think so. Okay, I just want to make sure.
you know.
I know
Actually,
so little about sports. I had to check.
Personal Best is a sports movie from the early 80s that stars Mariella Hemingway. She's in a same-sex relationship with her partner, but that's
That
about
makes
track
sense.
and field.
That'd be weird if she was in a.
Track and field, good sports movie. My mom took me to that not knowing what it was about. She had to explain it to me.
Aw.
Good movie, though.
Yeah. Conversation starter. I love
It's
it.
true.
What else we got?
well, and here I thought I was doing a joke about how it was a sports question for you, and you actually had answers about it.
Yeah, good answers.
Yeah, I was trying to do a
I
sports
aim to
joke.
exceed expectations.
Richard K says, with James Gunn being good with, wait a minute, and what is that? With James Gunn being good with something movies like Guardians, like Suicide Squad, probably. I think you meant to say ensemble cast movies, maybe. Guardians and Suicide Squad. Do you think in his DC slate announcement coming up soon, hopefully we'll hear of a James Gunn directed Justice League? That wouldn't surprise me. I still think it's going to be Superman, but I think
Same.
James Gunn could kill it with I would love to see. Look, I have always said I would love to see a Justice League from the mid '80s, the comedic Justice League. I would love, and that would be something right up James Gunn's alley. I don't think he's going to do that because they want to bring the brand back to its classical roots, I think.
Yeah.
But man, I would love to see that. What about you?
I think it'd be great. I understand him doing Superman so that everything kind of is teed off very, very well. But I think it goes back to, we had this viewer question a while ago of if they launched with Justice League and they took that kind of Justice League, the animated series approach of this is how we introduce all of our characters, he'd crush that too.
That would be, I would love to see that movie.
That one is done so well.
Maybe they'll do it. I don't know.
Be cool.
Hard to say. Suthius says, me watching Fringe, Anna Torv is hot. Me watching Mindhunter, Anna Torv is hot. And me watching The Last of Us, yep, Anna Torv is still hot. She's great.
She is great. I was so convinced that wasn't her in Last of Us. Though.
I thought it was Carrie Coon.
Same.
I was like, is that Carrie Coon?
That Logan asked who she was, and I leaned over and I was like, oh yeah, she's from the Gone Girl movie, and just started listing her filmography, and then I felt dumb.
So good.
Yeah.
But Anna Torv is great. And what I loved about her portrayal in The Last of Us is very chameleon-like. I mean, I love it when actresses, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She was beautiful in Fringe. She was great in Mindhunter, but she really allowed herself to get messed up.
Yeah.
And apparently, well, just watch episode 2
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens.
So far, it's a very interesting take on Tess.
Yes, a very interesting take
Very
on
interested
Tess.
to see where it goes.
It's kind of like an Aha song. Take on test.
Take on test.
Bill's HQ. Well, it happened. Regal closed my main theater, which also happens to have the only IMAX in the Western New York area. I'm trying not to be too upset because business is business, but man, it hurts. Bill's HQ in my neck of the woods, our Regal IMAX cinema, is also closing, and I am bummed out.
It sucks when your movie theater closes.
I mean, and this is just a movie theater. It's like 16. It's a great venue. Very upset. So I feel your pain.
Yeah,
and by the way, hopefully, the Bills, good luck to you. We'll see if it happens. Suthius, that's not Suthius says, can we talk about Nuclear Man? While he wasn't all that great, I actually thought he looked kind of badass. I like the suit along with his long hair. Chris, are you a Superman 4, The Quest for Peace fan?
I'm so unaware of this at all. I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, it was made by Canon Films, not Warner Brothers.
Okay.
And it has a character named Nuclear Man.
Oh.
If you see Nuclear Man, I would bet you probably wouldn't be as enamored of him as our viewer is.
Okay.
Nuclear Man's kind of a goof.
Is this a big gap in my superhero knowledge that I need to fill, or is this aren't you lucky you missed that?
Well, I wouldn't want to say one way or another, but I would say that generally, to make another Star Trek analogy, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace is the Star Trek 5: The Final Frontier of the Superman film franchise.
Ooh.
I leave that up for you to decide.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. CJ Rebirth says, I love that having been a fan since AMC Collider, I discovered this show, met the movie couple, and know who Perry is when I see Perry's pics at the movies. Well, as John Campea, he puts great teams of people together. No, I can't speak. I don't know if he hired Perry or not.
Yeah, I think he did. Maybe? I don't know.
It's a great bunch. I started the first time I ever streamed on YouTube was on AMC Heroes episode 6 in April of 2015, and that was where I first met John Campea. And I already knew, of course, I'd known John Schnepp for years, but I'm approaching my 8th anniversary of streaming with John.
Aww.
I know. 8 years. That's longer than I was married. Just saying.
Wow.
I know, right?
Well, John has definitely assembled a lot of people with master skills, but if you want some of those too, check out these good people over at MasterClass.
We want to thank a sponsor of this video, MasterClass. MasterClass offers classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class instructors at the very top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. And MasterClass is completely accessible on your phone, the web, smart TV, and available via audio mode to listen to classes on the go. They have over 2,500 video lessons from over 180 of today's most brilliant minds. They're all available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Now, obviously around here on the John Campea Show, we love our movies, so why not learn filmmaking from Jodie Foster, or maybe directing from Ron Howard himself, or the great Neil Gaiman doing his masterclass on the art of storytelling. And you guys have heard me talk about my favorite masterclass, Business Strategy and Leadership by Big Papa Iger himself, Bob Iger, the new and returning CEO of Disney. Guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. This holiday, give the perfect gift of an annual Masterclass membership and get one free. Go to masterclass.com/Campea today. That's masterclass.com/Campea. Terms apply.
And thank you to the folks over at MasterClass. Remember, guys, when you use these Campea codes, it doesn't just help you get a great deal, you help support this show even further. So check them out. We really, really appreciate all your support. All right, Rob, what else do we have?
Well, we got Tim Platt saying, what is your favorite so bad it's amazing movie? Like something in the vein of The Room or Samurai Cop.
I mean, The Room, Wolf Cop. I love Wolf Cop. Santa Conquers the Martians.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a classic. And then I'm a sucker for all the really shitty Christmas movies that go on Netflix or like straight to DVD kind of situations.
There's a movie called The Miami Connection that if you've never seen it, It's like they lost the audio of this movie, and then they just wrote a script for it.
Ooh.
And the Miami Connection. But also there's a movie. Now, I don't know if it's so bad it's good. It's a movie that I love that many people don't know. It is a musical that stars Pia Zadora and Craig Schaefer, and it's called Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Would you be surprised to know that I have it on Blu-ray?
What?
I do. Voyage of the Rock Aliens. And look it up on YouTube. I'm telling you. And it's actually, you know what, it's not so bad it's good. It's actually kind of good. I think it's good.
Let's check that out.
Check it out.
Oh,
You can find clips on YouTube, though, or at
Perfect.
least the trailer, and you'll get a sense of what it is. The aliens come to Earth in a giant guitar. A guitar. It's like a Star Destroyer guitar spaceship.
I hate that. I'm going to love that so much.
It's amazing.
Man.
It's true. Jonathan Schultz says, do you have any films you put on in the background while you do work or housework because you've just seen them so much?
I do. Do you do this?
I do.
Because we introduced you to Lo-Fi Girl.
Yes. Oh,
And
but I love Lo-Fi Girl.
yeah, she's a game changer.
How did I not know that Lo-Fi Girl existed?
How no? And now the one I've been listening to a lot is this little raccoon who it's chill hip hop lo-fi beats. And it's this
Wow.
little raccoon is on his laptop. I love him.
And by the way, I saw Lo-Fi Girl at John Campea's house for the very first time.
Yeah.
I was very excited about Lo-Fi Girl.
I play I'll do, classic episodes of Sailor Moon in the background, Parks and Rec, certain movies that I really love I'll throw on.
Okay, I'm gonna admit something. Pluto TV. Pluto TV was playing classic Star Trek. And because I was doing the Inglorious Treksperts podcast where you're counting down the 101 greatest Star Trek characters of all time, which, by the way, is still we drop episode, I think, 6 tomorrow.
Ooh.
We're still recording.
Yeah.
We have to record another episode. And it was supposed to be the holiday. Anyway, I just had Pluto TV on for hours and hours and hours and hours. It just was playing a Star Trek marathon. It's the greatest thing ever.
When Pluto TV was still an idea being pitched, I was their spokesperson that they used as part of their package.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you still on Pluto TV?
I don't know. They got Hasselhoff.
You should be
Yeah, I
introducing
did their first little hey, I'm going to explain what Pluto TV is. You can click this and you can do that.
Man,
Up until a year ago, it was part of my hosting reel.
wow.
Yeah.
I'd like
Fun
to see
fact.
that.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm adorable in it.
I don't doubt that.
Thanks.
Alex Von Gollum, one of two. Hey, do you guys consider Hugh Jackman's performance in Les Mis his best one yet? Recently saw the movie, and he was incredible. The range of emotions he displayed, especially in the end scene. Understandably, he lost the Oscar to Daniel Day-Lewis's Lincoln, but still, he was astonishing. I don't know if it's his best performance, but he was great in
He's
it.
incredible in it.
Incredible.
Well, and that's one of the things about Jackman is he turns out incredible performances so consistently. He can play all these different characters. He's a song and dance man. He's an action star, but he is always phenomenal.
You know, I interviewed him. I interviewed him on the set of X2. And he is, without a doubt, one of the nicest but most charismatic people I've ever met in real life. The guy radiates charisma. And to be around him is just feel better about life. I don't know what he does, but
I love that.
amazing. He was an amazing guy. Such a nice dude. I have
makes
nothing
me
but good
happy.
things. And I have 4 different hot toys of him.
Aw,
4 different Wolverines.
that's true love.
Truly is. I know. Hitchcock is the GOAT. How are you, sir? Hi, John. You and your team have helped make me a better film fan. Instead of telling someone a movie they like sucks, I now say it isn't for me.
Oh, that's great. Hitchcock is the go.
That is great to know. But if you're I wouldn't expect somebody who thinks that Hitchcock is the GOAT would say a movie sucks,
That's true.
because you obviously have good taste.
Yeah.
I'm having an ongoing film festival at my house, and we watched Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief last weekend. And I'll tell you, I'd forgotten just how good that movie really
That movie's
is.
phenomenal.
What a great script.
I revisited Rope recently because I think we talked about it on this, and man, that one always just makes my head explode.
Yes, I know, right? Especially the
good.
undercurrents. Says me, your screen.
Every time you say script now, it's just going to pop up.
Oh, man. Please don't send me
Don't
your
send them.
scripts.
Don't send them to him.
Can't read them. Anyway. Jonathan Schultz says, we know how much creative control and power Filoni and Favreau have on the TV side of Star Wars. Do you think they've had much control in the hopeful development of any future Star Wars movies? Look, I would love anyone of any ilk to have any kind of design on the Star Wars films because we clearly have had none.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We need a little more direction. I mean, they might be able to have some sway. They've obviously had some really, really great projects. They also did deliver us a pretty lackluster Boba Fett series.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And I always like to bring that up because when we talk about
Debbie Downer.
because I like to make everyone sad. Well, mostly just because when we talk about how great things are in Star Wars, we act like Kathleen Kennedy is involved in them. And if things are bad, we say that it's all her fault. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
That those guys who gave us the amazing Mandalorian, they've also had some misses too. So.
They're not infallible.
Exactly.
Always
So-
something to remember.
I think as long as we continue the course of doing some really interesting storytelling in this sandbox, like Mandalorian, that has been able to tell some different things with this kind of man with no name mentality, if we can do things like Andor that's very espionage focused, if we can play with genres within this IP, that's where all the cool stuff's going to happen.
I agree because they're legacy characters. They ruined. Well, I didn't like the Obi-Wan series either.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett, it was young Leia running around. I thought that was. I liked the actress playing young Leia,
Yeah.
but that was a misstep in my opinion.
For sure.
Not good.
No.
Luke, speaking of Star Wars, Luke Stockton says, just watch for the first time The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Actually, a pretty decent film. Travolta was a little over the top, but I love it anyway. Luke, let me tell you something. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 is actually a remake of a film from the 70s directed by Joseph Sargent that recently came out on Kino Lorber 4K. Shot by the great Owen Roizman, who shot The Exorcist. I know I'm going off, but
Yeah,
the
I love
original
it.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 stars Walter Matthau amongst other people. Robert Shaw, Quint from Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great movie. I mean, I think it was Tony Scott. Maybe it wasn't Tony Scott. I forget who directed the remake of Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
not sure.
But the original is a great slice of life New York caper story. It's really good.
Yeah, highly recommend now that you've seen the remake to watch the original and compare and contrast and see
It's
what you
so
think.
good. And it's got a great David Shire score,
Oh,
which I
the
loved.
music in that is beautiful.
So good. But I'm glad you like the remake. Suthius says, I feel
and
like
a
I'm
$20 super
in a
chat.
Christmas video. A $20 super chat. Thank you. Ride through the storm, see the knights fighting evil and crime, modern day team of heroes in medieval times, Arthur and the Knights of Justice, putting evil down, ride through the storm with the Knights of the Table Round. Are you pitching that to us, or is that something from
that
Vox
a
Machina? What is that?
It's my pitch for my
Is that your
career.
pitch?
Well, it's in quotations, so I assume
It must, yeah, it
from
must be. Is that
something.
Monty Python? What? I don't know.
I'm just not in the loop on it.
I don't
I'm
know what it
having a
is. I
brain
feel
fart.
bad. I feel like I've just been made to feel stupid because I don't know what it is.
I know, and we don't have the internet to fact check it.
No,
because
and
this
I would
is
have
all
asked
being
Chat
recorded
GPT
as
would-
our internet is screwing us.
It's true. Chat GPT would know.
Yeah, chat
don't
would be
know.
helping us out.
I want to see it.
Rob, since it's Friday,
Fried. Gonna go down and get my
we have
stereo.
no internet.
What?
can you do us all a favor? It's Friday. We have no internet. We don't know what's going on anymore. Can you reread?
Her name was Lola.
No, can you,
Oh,
no. Can you please reread this, but in your Meanwhile in the Hall of Family voice?
yes.
Oh, great, it's frozen.
Ride through the storm. See the knights fighting evil and crime. Modern day team of heroes in medieval times. Arthur and the Knights of Justice putting evil down. Ride through the storm with the Knights of the Table Round.
I know what this is now.
What is it?
It was a cartoon in the 90s, the early 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. And your voice just made it like, yes, now I know.
Well.
Oh yeah, was it a good cartoon in the 90s?
I used to watch it. I loved it.
Oh
Yeah. It took like modern day like people and it like sent them back. And then their armor was almost like electronic or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, that's cool.
I'll
I did
find
like
it.
4 different voices in one there. I didn't quite know how to, it's one line.
If we had internet, I would have brought up the image, but
Meanwhile, I mean, that's like Ted Knight.
Yeah.
So, that's my voiceover. There you go. Can I be in your class now?
Yeah.
I think you could only help me.
Thank you for that. I'm like
be honest.
losing
Only
over
By the way,
here now.
speaking of your class, what kind of a class do you teach and where can people find it?
Oh my gosh, I teach a voiceover class.
Really?
I do an intro to VO boot camp that's happening February 18th, I believe. You can find out about that and partnering with eebstudios.com. Or I teach through my studio, speakfriendstudios.com. And we've got lots of cool classes.
Speak, friend.
.com.
Studios.com.
Yeah.
Find
Thanks,
Chris
Rob.
Carr to teach
Thanks.
you voices,
That'd be
many
fun.
voices, the woman of 1,000 voices, the enchantress of effervescence.
That's me.
Michael Kurtz said, I miss mailbag. because now I have to view live to submit a question, which I can rarely do. Will there be another show in the future to submit questions at any time during the day? Also, A Man Called Otto was really good. You know what, Michael? That is something, that's a really good idea. We should make that available, that you can send questions in anytime.
That'd be lovely.
We need to bring back the mailbag or whatever.
Oh, and I love doing like the mailbag and the member chat videos because they were fun and a little unhinged.
When you
as
were
opposed
a kid,
to whatever this is.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Talk about unhinged. When you were a kid, you might be too young. Do you ever watch a show called Zoom?
I know of Zoom.
Come on and Zoom, Zoom.
Oh, I would look it up and put up a picture, but
Zoom,
there's no internet.
Zoom. They used to have a thing. They had a mailbag. The barrel. It's time to roll out the barrel. And it was like, I even remember Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom.
Oh,
That's the only other zip code I know, other than the places I've lived. Boston, Mass. 02134.
I would love for us to
Send
have
it to
this
Zoom.
again, though.
I just dated myself so horribly.
That's
People are like
okay.
going, what is he even talking about?
What's Zoom? That's
Or
what we
remember
used to
this,
do our meetings.
I'm Bernadette.
Wait,
Just
can you?
saying.
Oh, sorry. Can you do that again? No, please.
Oh, well, the good news is Spectrum sent me an email saying there's a service outage.
Oh, thanks,
Oh, well, there you go.
Spectrum.
There is a service outage, and I'll do it one more time. So look up Zoom. Go to YouTube. Look up Zoom and Bernadette.
This is how people crack their ribs.
You'll see. There you go.
I just want to point out that this entire time, the live stream has like kind of been working, but the live chat, I can see the live chat. They're saying that they just have me on loop. So I'm sorry about that.
I'm going to go back and watch it.
This is
now.
going to be the
Look at it.
greatest
Doesn't
show
even
ever.
Also, oh no, it's frozen on me. Michael, thank you, one, for giving us a $20 super chat, and two, for writing in about how you wish you could watch us or submit questions when we're not live. When you finally got to watch us
What if
live
we're not
and our
even live?
internet went out.
What
I
if
feel
we're all-
really bad.
Here
I
we
feel
are.
really bad, Michael. I appreciate you very much.
What if
Thank
we're
you.
all actually in a loop? What
Oh
if
my
we're not
God.
live?
We
Time
could
is a
be.
lie.
Boston, Mass. 02134. Send
where-
it to Zoom.
Where can people find you?
Wait, hold on. I have one last thing. This is a treat.
Yeah.
Because it is Friday and because there's no internet, so no one will ever see this.
No one
Well, they are
lets
because
me
we're
We
recording
are
it. We're going to put it up.
Oh.
Taylor.
Well, Rob, this is for you from Ray.
Yes.
Drink it.
Look at your finger tattoo. All
Oh.
weekend open.
Man, where do you have time to do all these shows?
I am. You know what? I am going to get those tattoos. I'm going to get that tattooed on my
Send
fingers.
me yo scripts.
Send me your scripts.
I love it. I'm here for it. Are those all the super chats we were able to grab before we lost connection?
That's it. I turned them
No,
up.
because we had actually, I think, cut it before we lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
Well,
crying.
cool. Well, I'm glad we got to these, and thanks if you stuck around to watch this for waiting until the end here.
This might be
No.
the most unique show that we've ever seen here on the John Campea channel.
I really like when we get to do shows, but so many times people in the chats are like, why is it when Chris and Rob are together, things go off the rails? And this time it's not our fault.
Not our fault. And you know what?
Spectrum,
if I
it
was
was a whole-
drinking, they would really go off the rails.
Right?
It was a full service outage in the area.
Could you imagine if this was my first day and this is how it went? Ooh.
Oh, I'd love it.
We wouldn't see you for a second day.
Man.
I don't even know if we're going to be seen on Monday.
I was going to say, we'll find out. Dryuary might be cut short.
Oh,
All right.
January.
Well, thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks again to MasterClass for making whatever the hell this was possible. We really appreciate them. And we appreciate all of you writing in those fantastic super chat questions so that we had fun things to talk about other than just Zoom. Take us out with that P.O. box, Rob.
Boston, Mass 9. Oh, wait, 9. I forgot it.
Oh, no.
90134.
Already? Well, do you remember where people can find you?
90124. You know what? I just had a complete brain meltdown.
Wait, do your move again to get the air
I'm
flowing.
Bernadette.
Did that help bring it up?
And now we'll close.
Actually, you can't. You have to swing your arms to do it properly. You know, whatever.
Man, he's a raver.
When he's
you
not
go.
dancing. Rob, where can people find you?
People can find.
Give him glow sticks.
You can find me. Oh, you can find me on Instagram. I was like, do you want my home address? RM Burnett on Instagram, or find me on Twitter at Burnett RM, or find me on my own YouTube channel, The Burnett Work, tonight for Midnight Musings.
Why would you think I'd ask you to tell the internet where you live? Taylor, where can people
Is
find
this like
you?
the ending of laughing or something?
You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, and on my own YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Tay.
Suck it to me.
I'm here.
Where
on
can
the
people find
internet.
you, Jonathan?
They can't. That's the trick.
That's
You'll
John.
never find me in the Hall of Family.
Thanks so much, y'all. Happy Friday. Stay safe out there.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.